This is Eldridge, and I read your letter regarding about this case, and you're telling me that I cannot get a refund because you said that you carefully reviewed the proof that I submitted. I don't know what kind of proof that you need. I already uploaded the video, and still that's not enough. And you said that it's not to you know to build my case. Let me show you what the seller um, replied to me. All right. This is what I wrote. Okay. After I installed the board and the screen, I noticed that I don't see any files that I can print when I inserted the micro SD. So I flashed the board first, and I noticed that the screen got stuck throughout the loading screen, which is the one you on the video. And the progress bar shows a 0% because it doesn't move and it doesn't load anything. Now that I sent, now that they sent me those files so I can carefully flash the firmware and I followed the video, but it still is not descriptive because first when I flashed it, um, you know, they didn't carefully explain that it's supposed to drag the whole folder that I could that to flash the firmware, and I just figured that out myself. And this is back in July 16 when I replied, and then they replied like 2 days later, and they admitted that the board was our engineers have determined that the motherboard have been damaged by wrong firmware, and this is the first time you flashed it. So they admitted that the board was damaged, and so what proof do you need? And then we will send you a new motherboard for you. We'll let you know when I get it from our factory. And this is back in July 18, and they haven't sent anything. And if I haven't, send that dispute, you know, th- I don't know when will I get it. And then they replied back in July the 24th. Um, and as you said earlier, you found that the SD card could not be read without updating the firmware. Uh, then you updated the motherboard firmware, but the firmware is still not working. After provided you with the correct motherboard firmware, we saw that the video was flashing uh, the firmware and found that the way that we flashed the firmware was still wrong. Engineers think that your motherboard may have been problem. We're still willing to provide you with a new motherboard for free, but these guys are like taking too much time to respond to me, and I just had it. I don't want to deal with them anymore. I don't know why you're making this difficult to to get my refund. It's just so frustrating. I talked to your customer service, and you know I was kind of hoping that I could get a refund from them. And you're telling me that the window that for this dispute is already lapsed. Well, it's not my fault. I mean, first of all, they're buying their time to respond to me, and so now I'm stuck. I'm forced to deal with them. Like I shouldn't have to. That's why I don't want to deal with the AliExpress anymore. I mean, like, if this is how you treat your customers, this is bullshit.